Today we focus on the Maha fight in Maharashtra. The Prime Minister is currently in Mumbai. He's holding a mega roadshow. This is in Ghatkopar. He will be holding another roadshow after this. This as the metropolis votes in the next and fifth phase of these Lok Sabha elections, 6 seats on the 20th of May. This will see the end of the Lok Sabha elections in Maharashtra. It's an election that's left everyone guessing, as it's the first electoral test, the first poll test for the same but different parties that have emerged in the state in the last few years, since the realignments, political realignments in the state. Now it is a state where you have two NCPs, you have two Shiv Senas, and this is their first electoral test with 48 Lok Sabha seats, the second highest after the 80 in Uttar Pradesh. Maharashtra could hold the key in these elections. The Prime Minister is leading the charge. In fact, earlier today at a rally, he hit out at the duplicate NCP and Shiv Sena, he said they may even merge with the Congress, and he said this was the fear of Bal Thackeray. So the Prime Minister really, hitting it out at these parties, and as the final phase of elections will take place on the 20th. Well, joining us to talk more about the fight in Maharashtra, the Maha battle in Maharashtra, we are now joined by Matthew Antony, spokesperson of the Congress party. We also have with us, we'll be joined by Rohit Chandavarkar, a senior journalist. And also joining us will be Susiben Shah, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, Mahesh Tapase, chief spokesperson, NCP, Sharad Chandra Pawar, Sanjay Gupta, Shiv Sena, UBT, Uddhav Thackeray and Tuhin Sinha, spokesperson from the BJP, also joining us. Tuhin Sinha, first to you. It's been an interesting, for all of us, the journalists and political pundits to watch Maharashtra. You have to admit both sides, both alliances somewhat weakened in this last couple of months. The way we saw, the fights over the seats. Now 4 phases are done. A fifth phase is left. And really the question is whether Modi magic is going to trump this sympathy factor that many reporters are, saying that they have experienced on the ground.
Well, good evening, Gargi. Good evening, everybody. I can reassure you that Maharashtra is going to be as one-sided as, the other states. And the NDA is well on course to get pretty much the same number that it got in the previous election. Now, there are 3 factors which are at play over here. In 2019 Assembly elections, 3 people had subverted the mandate of the people. Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray and Rahul Gandhi, all of them are on one side, and people are going to punish them in these Lok Sabha elections because people have seen the kind of mal-governance which the Aghadi government provided to Maharashtra during the 2.5 years of tenure, when Uddhav Thackeray was not accessible to his own people, as a result of which Eknath Shinde ji came out of the party. Number 2, the legacy of Balasaheb Thackeray ji has been insulted by Uddhav Thackeray ad nauseum. In fact, last week during the campaign in the Mumbai Northwest constituency, the Uddhav Sena candidate was accompanied by Ibrahim Musa, a convicted criminal, a terrorist in the 1993 blast case. So is this the legacy which, Uddhav Thackeray has clearly insulted the legacy of Balasaheb Thackeray. And number 3, when Prime Minister Modi ji talks about Viksit Bharat, Maharashtra is going to play a very important role in it. People have seen how in the 2.5 years of the Aghadi government, businesses have gone out of Maharashtra because of their non-performance, because of their inaccessibility to multinationals. So I think all of these factors will play in favor of BJP and its alliance partners, and we are well on course to repeat the 2019 performance.
Rohit Chandavarkar, your comments on the election so far. The big, it's been so difficult for political pundits and reporters to really analyze this election, given all the changes, all the, realignments that we've seen in the state. So what is your sense been so far? Prime Minister leading from the front today, this mega roadshow taking place, another roadshow later on. But we've also heard of the sympathy factor being reported on the ground.
Well, one thing I can tell you, basis data, Gargi, is that the Prime Minister is taking a lot of interest in Maharashtra this time. The BJP is taking a lot of interest. And let me tell you that, the total number of rallies that he has held in Maharashtra during this election campaign so far are 17. Latur, Ahmednagar, Nandurbar, Kalyan, Nashik, Dadar, Ghatkopar, and so on. Ghatkopar is a roadshow that is happening right now. And before that, Chandrapur, Ramtek, Wardha, Nanded, Parbhani, Kolhapur, Solapur, Pune, Marchiras. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi held 9 election rallies during 2019 campaign. He made 4 visits to Maharashtra, held 9 rallies. This time it is 17 rallies plus 1 road show that you are right now airing. It's there. The video is playing right now on NDTV. So it's clear that the BJP is very conscious about what happens in Maharashtra. 48 seats, and they're claiming they're going to get more than 45, maybe 40 or whatever. That is the official version that they're giving. But before the election started, before the first round of voting, you remember pundits in Delhi or all over were talking about whether it's a done deal all over India. And now, after the 4th phase, maybe they're realizing that it's not a done deal. In fact, the election is getting tougher for the BJP to some extent. And if it is getting tougher someplace, it is getting tougher in Maharashtra because of the sympathy factor that maybe is playing out for Sharad Pawar and Uddhav Thackeray to some extent. Coming to the divide, let me tell you that the urban Maharashtra, if you see the visuals right now playing from Mumbai, is very much impressed with the BJP's work, all the infrastructure work that has happened, the roads, highways that have been built, the bridges that have been built, the airport expansions that have happened, the new airports that have come up in Maharashtra, etc. The power sector, everything, it's kind of a shining India image. But if you travel to rural Maharashtra, in Marathwada, in other places, you can meet farmers who are talking about MSP not being delivered,
Right.
about their produce not getting enough prices, etc. So it's a balanced kind of a thing in Maharashtra state, and that's what is going to play out in the last 3 phases. Next one is happening on 20th May. Last 2 or 3 phases are yet to go, and you will see a balanced kind of a thing playing out. So very interesting and unpredictable kind of a scene in Maharashtra, Dagi.
Absolutely, and this rural-urban divide is one that we often see, and in this upcoming phase of election, some very key contests as well. You have Piyush Goyal, you have Ujjwal Nikam. We're going to talk more about that, but first I'd like to go across to Mahesh Tapase and your comments on what the Prime Minister has already said today. He said duplicate NCP, duplicate Shiv Sena. Then the fact that and he also alluded to Sharad Pawar's statement about a possible merger with the Congress party. So this is what the Prime Minister is now, raising in the rallies.
Well, good evening to all of you. Let me tell you that the Prime Minister and his party is clearly scared of the combined might of Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray and the Congress party. It is no more a hidden fact that we, the India Alliance, will take approximately 30 to 35 seats in Maharashtra, and that's the big worry for the BJP. And hence, I think our friend Mr. Chandavarkar, like he mentioned, that the Prime Minister is keeping no stone unturned. Last election, he had 9 rallies, and this time it is double, almost double. It's about 17 rallies and a big roadshow which is happening. Despite all this, he's not able to cut ice with the people of Maharashtra. Maharashtra has not forgotten the backstabbing of Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar, which the BJP did. The Prime Minister himself had called the NCP as a naturally corrupt party, and within 3 days of him saying this at a rally in Bhopal, he inducted Ajit Pawar in his party and made him a cabinet minister and also a deputy chief minister. Hence, I will tell you that the BJP has realized that taking on Uddhav Thackeray by defecting Eknath Shinde and taking Ajit Pawar by their side has not increased their vote share. In fact, the BJP is set to lose its existing vote share, which it had gathered in 2019. Ajit Pawar and Eknath Shinde are no more an asset for the BJP. In fact, they are turning out to be big liabilities. In fact, if you see the reports that are coming in, Ajit Pawar is set to get 0 seats, 0 electoral wins in the coming election results.
All right, I think we do have Sanjay Gupta now with us. Sanjay Gupta जी, हम पहले तुहिन सिन्हा जो बात कर रहे थे कि उद्धव ठाकरे जिस तरह से कैंपेनिंग कर रहे हैं, जिस तरह से उनके अभी रिसेंटली इकबाल मूसा साथ दिखे थे, तो और आज प्रधानमंत्री ने भी बोला है कि शिवसेना ये it's a नकली शिवसेना and it's going to merge with the Congress after the elections. तो इसके बारे में आपका क्या कहना है?
देखिए, सबसे पहले तो मैं कहूंगा कि शिव सेना ठाकरे परिवार से है, ठाकरे परिवार शिव सेना से नहीं। असली नकली ये तो कई तरह के विद्रोही होते हैं राजनीति के अंदर। कुछ विद्रोही तो इस तरह के होते हैं जो आइडेंटिफाइड होते हैं। बाला साहब के टाइम में भी विद्रोह हुआ 3 बार, मगर नारायण राणे ने, छगन भुजबल जी ने और राज ठाकरे जी ने जिस तरह से अलग हुए, वो उन्होंने एक अलग अपनी पार्टी, किसी विद्रोही पार्टी के साथ ज्वाइन किया या अपनी नई पार्टी बनाई। मगर आज के टाइम में जो विद्रोही हैं वो लोग हैं जो अपनी पार्टी के थे या अपने साथी थे, और जो अपने साथी होते हैं, अपनी पार्टी के होते हैं, वो अपने साथ मिलाने के लिए जिस भी तरह के शब्दों का यूज कर सकते हैं, उस तरह के शब्दों का यूज आज बीजेपी के नेता और कुछ हमारे पुराने साथी कर रहे हैं। तो राजनीति में विद्रोही होना ठीक है, मगर दुश्मन नहीं होना चाहिए, और इतना भी विद्रोही नहीं होना चाहिए कि उन शब्दों के अंदर इतनी कट्टरता आ जाए कि आप एक दूसरे को दुश्मन समझने लग जाए।
आज के टाइम में जो विद्रोही हैं वो चारों तरफ से हैं, और आज जो शिवसेना का नया स्वरूप निकल के आएगा वो बिल्कुल अलग होगा, और वो स्वरूप असली स्वरूप होगा। और ये इस 4 जून को रिजल्ट ये सब कुछ बताएंगे कि कौन असली है, कौन नकली है।
आपको मानना पड़ेगा एक आइडेंटिटी बैटल हो रही है अभी जो महाराष्ट्र में हम देख रहे हैं। ये पहला इलेक्शन है जो जब से शिवसेना स्प्लिट हुई, एनसीपी स्प्लिट हुई है, सबसे पहला इलेक्शन यही देखने को जा रहे हैं। और ये फाइट फॉर सर्वाइवल है शिवसेना के लिए, उद्धव ठाकरे शिवसेना
मानते हैं कि 30 साल में पहली बार बीजेपी के साथ हट करके इलेक्शन लड़ा जाएगा, और 30 साल के बाद पहली बार हमारे 30 साल पुराने साथी हमारे सामने भी खड़े हैं। और ऐसे लोग भी हैं जो विद्रोही तो हैं, मगर असलियत में चाहते हैं कि हम उनसे मिल जाएं। इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं कि 30 साल के बाद पहली दफा जो ये जिस तरह से इलेक्शन है, जिस तरह से हमारे साथी हमारे खिलाफ खड़े हैं, तो ये एक अलग तरह का चुनाव है, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है। मैं आपकी इस बात से सहमति रखता हूँ।
All right, Susi Ben Shah, your comments on that, the fact that this is an identity battle, it's a battle for survival for, these different political realignments.
I will tell you this, very Jai Maharashtra to everyone. I wonder about this sympathy that we are all talking about. Who has the sympathy? The sympathy lies with the real Shiv Sena. धनुष्यबाण, राजा राम के हाथ में भी धनुष्यबाण है, और शिवसेना, शिंदे सेना के पास भी धनुष्यबाण है. And I'll tell you the reason why. It cannot be forgotten by the UBT that all the seats that they won last time was only because of BJP, was only because of Narendra Modi. We always shared a natural chemistry between, as far as Shiv Sena is concerned, the BJP is concerned, there is a chemistry. The vote transfer happens. If you see in all the 4 phases so far, I failed to believe, and they made an extensive study, that the vote has now transferred from UBT to Congress, to UBT to Sharad Chandra Ji Pawar NCP. वो हो ही नहीं सकता. So let us not talk about sympathy.
But the rallies that Mr. Uddhav Thackeray has been holding have been getting a huge response, and that has been a big talking point in this election. The kind of gathering that there has been there.
No, you tell me which rally does not seek response. But let's not forget who has the Dhanushyaban. The Shiv Sena symbol is Dhanushyaban. Here is a UBT, here is a Mahabharati. I didn't introduce. Let us go on.
Just a minute.
No, let us go on. Here it is us. We have the Shiv Sena, we have the Dhanushyaban, we have an agenda, and we also have the symbol. As far as the Aghadi is concerned, you ask them, what is their say on CAA? What is their say on 370? What is their say on all the 100 days? We have a.
All right, Sanjay Gupta, आप इसका जवाब दीजिए.
Lastly, madam, lastly.
Yes.
Mumbai is concerned.
Just a minute.
बीजेपी की ही बात कर रही है, जो भी बात कर रही है.
अरे भाई, आप जरा
Just a minute, Sanjay Gupta जी, 1 minute. Yes.
यही problem है.
Yes,
आपकी
complete
वजह
your
से,
point.
let us not forget that the only person responsible for breaking of the Shiv Sena is Uddhav Thackeray himself. Let us not forget. It is only because of his love for his son. It is only because of the weak government that the Shiv Sena broke. So let us not.
All right. So let's get a response on that, and that is also something the Prime Minister said.
As far as Mumbai is concerned, let me tell you this. As far as Mumbai is concerned, all 6 seats, with the exception of none, will vote for the BJP, will vote for the Shiv Sena. You see for Vikas, the development in Mumbai, it is mind-boggling.
All right, so you've raised several points. So Sanjay
Last
Gupta,
point,
what
ma'am,
what Miss
Mumbai,
Shah was saying that
Mumbai
जो natural
always,
chemistry थी वो शिव सेना और बीजेपी
lastly,
की
madam,
थी, and
what is
बहुत
the
सारे
name of Shiv
issues
Sena?
पे आपके views और आपके जो MV Alliance partners के views अलग है, बहुत से issues पे, like CA, like the other
वे
examples that
मिलते
you
ही
gave.
नहीं हैं।
देखिए, उसमें शाह जी ने एक बार भी बाला साहब का नाम नहीं लिया। उन्होंने यही कहा कि बीजेपी के नाम से लड़ते थे, बीजेपी के नाम से नहीं। शिव सेना तो हमेशा ही बाला साहब के नाम पर इलेक्शन लड़ती आई है। हमारा अलायंस रहा है, वो एक अलग बात है। लेकिन एक बात और कहना चाहूँगा सुखबीर शाह जी से कि बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि जब किसी के साथ खड़े तो होते हैं, मगर असलियत में हम उसके साथ होते नहीं। और बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि जब किसी के खिलाफ बोल तो रहे होते हैं, मगर असलियत में हम उसके खिलाफ होते नहीं। ऐसे बहुत
आप
से
क्लियर
मुद्दे
बात
हैं,
करें भाई,
चाहे
चिल्ले
वो
मत।
All right,
राम मंदिर
I
मुद्दा
guess
हो।
we'll leave this fight here because, the results will only be certain on the 4th of June. But yes, Matthew, Anthony, you've been waiting quietly. Your comments on this, what has been said so far, the fact that there is, everybody's is looking at this as a fight for survival for the parties in Maharashtra. The Congress too has lost many of its senior leaders, a former chief minister as well. And it is really a fight for survival for all the parties, a fight for their identity in the state.
Gargi, good evening to you and good evening to all of the panelists and the viewers. I can only smile on certain things which has been said here by a few of the esteemed panelists. Now, let me tell you this, with BJP coming down from its existing majority in UP, let us be very clear that those who is going to win Maharashtra will form the 2024 government. And it is very clear that it is the MVA and the India Alliance which is going to win Maharashtra, as like our partner Mahesh from NCP said, we are going to win 30 to 35. In the beginning, we were not very sure about winning that
and
much.
how is this clear?
The confidence.
How is it clear to both
Gargi,
of
you
you?
didn't interrupt anybody else, so let me complete it.
Yes.
Okay, you gave a free flow to everybody
yes,
else.
Yes, go ahead,
and I waited patiently, so allow me to speak. Now, the first thing is the entire people of Maharashtra, the Marathi Asmeda, two regional parties which had its origin from Maharashtra, has been backstabbed by the BJP. There is no question of any Maharashtrian thinking twice about it. And any Maharashtrian is very clear about who is the real Shiv Sena and who is the real NCP. Following that, you have the onion exports, which was banned from Maharashtra given to Gujarat. You have the cotton prices, which is halved down to 7,000 rupees a quintal. The farmers' issue, the farmer suicide, the drought, a lot of other issues, the OBC reservations. These are the issues which Maharashtra is facing right now in the elections. Over and above the unemployment, over and above the price rise. Now, coming back to the other equations, you said about people leaving Congress and joining this one and joining BJP Alliance. Let me ask you the same thing. Ajit Pawar, who has got a 75,000 crores of irrigation scam, 70,000 crores of irrigation scam, and Ajit Pawar and his wife Sunetra has got a 25,000 crores of the Maharashtra bank scam, got a clean chit. The same people were alleged as the corrupt people by BJP and Narendra Modi. Ashok Chavan was called as someone who has taken away the money of the widows, of the war widows, and in 2019 elections. And he has been Susi, Madam Susi, I never interrupted you there.
Yes, quickly.
Okay?
I want to quickly get more to
Ashok Chavan got
I'm
rewarded
for
for stealing the war widows' assets by giving him a Rajya Sabha position. You tell us how will the Marathi people will vote for BJP or their alliance partners in this election? And 2 years, the BMC elections has not been done.
Yes.
Why is the reason it is not being done from March 2022
all right, a quick
to
response
2024?
to
And now Susi Ben, who's saying about all these things of BJP, she has been appointed during the MVA government as a women commission. We have held our flags together, and now she's speaking about BJP.
No
How can this
comment,
happen within a few months' time?
All right, I want to
exactly
get Tuhin's response on the points that you made about the BJP. Yes, Tuhin.
Gargi, in politics, allegations are made, but if they are not proved, should we ban everybody? The fact is that they have
investigation gets dropped.
Basic courtesy.
Then you should apologize.
When you were speaking, have the basic courtesy
for making the wrong allegations.
How will they behave on 4th June if they can't control themselves today? point is, did Rohan Gupta have,
We are
have any
saying that
criminal
we
case
are
against him?
sweeping Maharashtra. We are winning Maharashtra.
Can you
with more
ask
than
him to
35
shut
seats.
down? Shut up, please.
No, one
This is
moment.
not the
Matthew
way.
Anthony,
This is not the way.
please,
This is not
please
the
don't
way.
use rude
This is
language
not
here.
the
But Matthew
way.
Anthony, just a moment. Let him respond to this. The fact that leaders who join you, and as we've seen
Gagi,
with
that
Ajit
was a
Pawar,
very abusive
these
language. He should
thousands of
apologize for
crores,
that.
scam
You
allegations
can't be
were there,
barging in
and it
when
just
other people are
disappears.
speaking. Did Sanjay Nirupam have any criminal case against him? Did Rohan Gupta have any criminal case against him? Fact is
Well,
that
you're naming the ones who don't have
Let us speak
criminal
about
cases.
Ashok Chauhan. Let's not
Very
divert.
clever
Let's
of
speak
you
about
doing
Ashok
this.
Chauhan.
Everybody who
Let's speak
sees
about
the
Ajit
future
Pawar. Let's
ahead
speak
for
about
himself
Narendra Pawar.
can't relate with this Congress
Let's
party.
speak about
In fact,
Maharashtra.
the
Don't run
condition.
away. Don't run away. You're
Gargi,
prime
you can go ahead with this person if he wants to just barge in. What will be his condition on 4th June if he's not able to control himself today?
We are
The
forming the
fact
government,
is
brother.
that today, Kharge ji, after 4 phases of election, makes an impromptu election promise of 10 kg ration, which is not even contained in the manifesto. By the time the last phase of election is taking place, they might be promising luxury homes and luxury cars because they know they have no chance of coming to power. This is the reality of the present day Congress, but they
Let us
can't come to
stick to
terms.
Maharashtra. BJP always has this deflection, when you
All
talk
right,
about
I'll have to leave it there. One
to
final
another topic.
comment from Rohit Chandar Varkar. Lots has been said here, the sympathy factor and how leaders have changed and, joined different parties, the chemistry of the various alliance partners. So what is your final comment on, whether this actually translates and whether this is on the minds of the voters when they go in to the polling booths?
Well, Gagi, I told you a while ago about how there is a urban-rural divide kind of a thing.
Yes.
Some people very happy with what Modi has performed, and some not really happy. So it's going to split between that. Firstly, secondly, because 2 of the regional parties in Maharashtra have split into 4, and the number of contestants are going to be high, and everything is divided. It's going to be a very small winning margin for whoever wins, firstly. And secondly, it's going to be very unpredictable in most of the constituencies. Now,
And very quickly, I want to talk about Mumbai because we have some very, key contests to watch out for. Piyush Goyal, first time he's contesting an election, the union minister, and this interesting choice of Ujjwal Nikam.
I can tell you, I can bet that Piyush Goyal is going to win hands down. There's no doubt about that.
Okay.
And my prediction is that Ujjwal Nikam, who's just entered the BJP,
and he fits that BJP image of, nationalism, given that he was the public prosecutor.
Yes, but he was a public
2611
prosecutor, not in politics, etc. I can predict that it's going to be very tough for Ujjwal Nikam. I can predict that South Mumbai will most probably go to Shiv Sena's Arvind Sawant. And I can predict that, maybe Rahul Shewale of Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde is going to win. That's all I can predict. Rest is up in the air. And likewise, if I study other constituencies, I'll keep giving your viewers some feedback.
All right,
but
so putting your neck out there and making these very bold predictions. We'll have to leave it there. I'm completely out of time. Thank you all for joining us on the program as we looked at this Maha battle in Maharashtra. The final 6 seats to go to polls on the 20th.